Hey, welcome to the Glamour and You channel, even though it is not a a glamorous day, but I'm just checking in and letting you guys know that I'm still here. I'm still working on myself and still trying to figure out like what content I could bring to the table. I'm not a person that does like vlogs because basically I'm home all the time. I don't have any actual transportation, so and plus like it's so many vlog videos out there, you don't need another one. So I'm just still trying to figure out what kind of content I could bring to the table here. Yes, but doing hair can be a little or doing hair videos can be a little pricey. So especially these days, it's not like it used to be. So in the meantime, I'm just trying to gather myself and trying to get myself back to 100%, in which I'm still working on. So this is kind of like an update to where I am at this day. What day is it? Today is Sunday. What date is it? I believe it's like July 15th, I think, or 16th, one of those. But anyway, so this video is just basically letting you guys know where I am mentally, and also just to share anything that might be helpful to someone else that is also struggling with mental health or depression, anxiety, all the above, anything that makes you feel blah or not like yourself. So I just been, still struggling with trying to find myself after coming out of a 10-year relationship. And that particular relationship was different from all the others because he showed a different side, something that I wasn't used to, something that was totally different from the type of abuse that I was experiencing in my past. So that's why I wasn't familiar with it, and and felt like this was it, this was the one, right? But my revelation, so the reason why I'm actually here is because like last night, and I know y'all hear this a lot, especially nowadays, everybody's so spiritual or religious these days, and nothing wrong with that because we need that right now. If you look out your window or your door, yeah, we need that right now. But so last night it just kind of, God spoke to me. God always speaks to me, and he will speak to you if you listen. He will speak to you if you have an open mind. He will speak to you if you take fault in the things that you do. He will speak to you if you pour out your sins and apologize for the things that you have done, whether it be to yourself or to others. You have to be open-minded. You have to really listen. As Ayala say, you have to sit in it. Okay, I've been sitting in mine since 2016 or 18. Okay, and that was when the breakup. 2016 is when the breakup occurred, and 2018 is when we actually, the very early part of the year when we actually really put it to bed, right? So I've been sitting in it since then, and the thing of it is I've been punishing myself since then. I have been punishing myself. Let me say that again because I had to say that so many times. I have been punishing myself. You have to say that. I have been punishing myself since then. And why? Because people tend to say things to you and you take their word for it. But you have to analyze. You have to go back and analyze that relationship. You have to go back and analyze that friendship. Was it really me? You got some faults in it, yeah. You got some things that you need to work on. But were you really the downfall of that particular situation? Is what you have to think about. Is what you have to marinate in. Um, did you pour your love? Do you feel as though you gave everything you had into that relationship? Whether it was everything you had, or was it a lot of you, like almost 100% of you? Even if you gave 80%, 70%, it's anything over 50% is a hell of a lot of you, okay? So having that great percentage of you taken away from you, it's going to take a lot of time to get back to getting you back to where you need to be. And you have to reevaluate those words, that information, that was given to you in that relationship. And you have to really kind of dissect that relationship. You got to really, really sit and think about that relationship, like from beginning to end, like, and if you don't allow that, like, how can you recover if you just keep sweeping that relationship under the rug, like, oh, I don't need to think about that right now, or I'm just moving forward, that's all that matters to me? Well, you're not resolving the issue, you're just sweeping it under the rug, and it's just going to happen again. So you kind of wind up going into a cycle where you are constantly meeting these people, whether it's the male or female in your life, and you're just repeating this cycle, So you need to take time out in between these relationships and repair yourself. Um, and I'm speaking from experience in a sense. I've never been one that went out to look for men. Like, that's just not me. For one, I'm not that damn confident. I'm not that damn confident just to walk up to, even if someone was cute and I really wanted them, I'm not that damn confident. So, like, all the men that I've dealt with, is besides one, is men that came to me. I didn't choose them. They came to me. So, that being said, sometimes you just have this aura about you that says that you are an easy target. You are an easy target. Why you're an easy target? It's because they see love on you. They see love on you. And they know that you're pretty much pure. So they're drawn to that. And it's a lot of them. It's a lot of them that are drawn to that. So you're going to have, if you don't take time out and reevaluate each one of these relationships, that's what I mean. It's going to become repetitive. You're going to be in this ongoing cycle of bad men. So if you know you that type of person that has that aura about you where you just spew love, like you just got this love language all over you, that's your aura, right? You have to be careful with that. That is precious to you. God gave you that. And you can't share that with everybody. Everybody's not deserving of that. And if you wind up in a relationship that is like that, you have to kind of catch it early, because if you don't catch it early, you're going to lose that aura, and then you're going to become a part of their army. There's an army out there. It's the army of those that are not loving. They don't know how to love. So they're looking for people like us that know how to love. And when they stumble on people like us that know how to love, they're not trying to learn from it. They're trying to make you a part of their army. So they're out there trying to recruit people like us to add to their army. So you think about it, like you know, when you're doing, how many people are coming to get you or looking for you to do something positive? It's not that many, but it's a hell of a lot of them that are looking to recruit people to be like them. So you have to think about that. That you have to save yourself from those people that are, I don't know what's going on. Okay, let's hide that. You have to save yourself. Sorry about that. You have to save yourself from people like that. You have to catch it early before you wind up losing yourself. And that is where I am at this point, where I lost myself because I gave so much of myself into these relationships that were no good for me, and they were just basically sucking the life out of me. And family members, friends, they all are a part of this. So it's not just loving relationships as far as like male female or male and male or female and female. It's also just people in general. So when you know that you have that aura about you, you have to protect that with all your might. And my revelation last night was I need to stop punishing myself for my relationship. I wasn't a bad person. Like I did more. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna go into that, but you know what you gave in the relationship, and if you sit in it, like Ayana say, sit in it and marinate and really look back and think of all the things in that relationship that occurred, you'll realize that probably you loved them and they didn't even love you. So that's where my clarity came in last night, is that I loved them. I really, really loved them. I really, really thought that that was the person for me. But because of the type of person that person was, it can make you see things that are really not there. It's called a narcissist, okay? So, so like, they know how to manipulate your mind. Even if you feel as though you are a strong individual, because that's what a lot of people classify me as, where I don't see myself like that, but I know God built me that way. I have issues with really gravitating towards me being that type of person, because I always mentally feel like I'm weak, so that's why it's hard for me to accept people saying that I'm a strong person or individual. So, being a strong individual, a strong-minded person, it's hard for you to accept that you allow someone to come in and manipulate your mind like that. Like, I really allowed this person to come in and manipulate. After all of these years of me being a strong person and fighting so much in my past, that I allowed this new person in my life, and took 10 years of it to brainwash me into believing I'm nothing. I'm not strong. You're ugly. You're fat. Nobody wants you because you're mean as hell. You're a B, but you have to, every relationship, like my relationship is totally different from yours, right? So in my situation, I had to learn, or I have to learn that this person was just seeing all the things that made me uniquely Debbie and wanted to strip me of those things. And I might have just fell off because sometimes my mind just goes left. But I'm going to try to get it back, okay? But yeah, those things that made me Debbie, that made me whole, I allow him to strip those things away. Those things that made me the strong individual that people say that, oh, basically the word is confident. That's the word I'm looking for. So I must have I must have showed that I was a confident person. I must have showed that I was independent before this person even started talking to me, or in the beginning stage of the relationship. And once they see that, you're a target. You're a target. So you have to hold on to it, and you have to distribute it out in little pieces. Don't give a lot of yourself right away, because you need to take time and sit in this relationship and marinate everything that's occurring every day. You have an argument, analyze it. Did they take responsibility for their actions? Did they lie about something and didn't admit that they lied? Did they take responsibility in anything that they did? If you're not getting this stuff, did they show you that they love you? Like, really love you? Not words, not kissing you, not making love to you, not giving you money. Did they, here, where's the heart? Did they really pour love into you in that moment? No. If they did not, then why you continue to give a whole lot of yourself to them? You know? So if you catch these things early, you could probably save yourself. You gotta really sit in your arguments. After your arguments, you gotta really go back and reevaluate them. Don't be so quick to go and run and apologize, especially if you present that aura about you, that love aura. The love aura person is going to try their hardest. They're going to put in 100%. They're going to talk about the situation. They're going to try to find solutions and things of that nature. If that person ain't doing that, then why are you pouring that love into them? If you leave an argument more angrier than you went in, why are you still pouring your love into them? If you walk away from the argument and there was really no resolution and y'all just going along and acting like everything is okay the next day or a few hours later, why are you still pouring your love into them? So if you find this stuff out early, if you listen to yourself and listen and really evaluate these things while they're occurring, you could probably save yourself. And this is just note to self. So I'm not just dishing this information out, but this is my lessons that I've learned in learning. Okay, so that being said, it's like I punish myself, you know, and I feel real stupid because like I was having like a lot of really bad thoughts about myself. I was really doing myself in. I was really putting the knife to my neck and just was like, girl, you just a bad girl. Who's gonna want you? You just having bad relationships out of bad relationships. Like, girl, you just a mess. But in reality, I was not the mess. No. I was a savior. I was like a savior to them for 10 years. Like they were good in that until one day I started seeing things and I started fighting. And when I started fighting, we started growing apart more and more. And I used to try to convince him to let's work on this. Let's improve this. Let's get it better. I want to be with you. I see you for the rest of my life. I see myself being with you for the rest of my life. But obviously, he didn't see that because he never worked on making anything better. We went to a therapist one time, and I was like at the end of the relationship. We went to one session. You know what I told him? I said, if you're serious about this, let's have many more, and I'm not paying for them. Okay, because that was my me putting my foot down. Like, enough is enough. Stop fucking. Ooh, excuse me. Stop playing games with me. Okay. Stop playing mind games with me. It's mind effery. Okay. That's what they're there for, to mind F you, to believing that you're worthless and that, them being in your life is valuable. They stance in your life is what you should accept. Like, there is. And once you get that out of your head and open your eyes and listen and see people for who they are, like, you can save yourself. You can save yourself from this right here. This unhappiness, this uncertainty, this insecure, this broken person. You can save yourself. And I feel so bad because like I said, like, I was really down to do myself in because of this person. And if I did myself in, they continue living and they just pick up another victim and another one and another one and another one. We have this thing about us, the ones that have this aura. We have this thing that is on us, and it makes us easy targets. So that's why you have to become smart. You have to really be careful. You have to tread lightly. You have to take your time in these relationships, because if you don't, you're going to become this. You're going to become broken. You're going to be trying to figure out how to get yourself back to normal. You're going to wind up depressed, anxiety, secluded. It's nothing wrong with being secluded after a relationship, because you're going to need to set in it. If that person did a lot of damage to you, and I'm not going to put it all on them, because you have to allow them to do this, okay? So I don't blame him, because he was only doing what he knew how to do. And I was doing what I knew how to do. So the thing of it is that I can't hate him because he saw this aura and he wanted some of that. He wanted the good tease, and I gave it to him, so I can't fault him. You know what I'm saying? I congratulate him. Why? Because, like, I was a prize for 10 whole years. You know what I'm saying? So even though I was damaged in the process, because I allowed myself to be, because I kept my eyes closed to all the flags, because I fight with myself, because I'm an overthinker, I'm stubborn. Being stubborn can be a blessing, and it could be also a curse, because being stubborn, you're doubting yourself. Like, am I being too closed in? Am I being too tough? Am I being a bitch? So you have to kind of got to even or balance out these things. And through this recovery process, I didn't want to put myself back out there. I was like, you know what, God, don't even send nobody my way, because I don't have the time. But now I'm almost ready, because the thing of it is that now I learned that who I am and my gift that I possess. And yes, you have gift. That your aura, that lure, that pheromone that's on you, that they smell, yeah, they like vampires. They want it, and they will drain you dry if you let them. Okay, so think of it that way. Also, think of it like this: your home is your brain. Your refrigerator is your heart. When you get into a relationship, you allow that person to come into your home, which is your brain, right? Because they feeding you all this stuff and you feeling good, and they're giving you all this self-worth, and you feeling love, and it's the beginning, right? Then once they're in your home, you start feeding them out of your refrigerator. Whether you're bringing finances to the table, excuse me, your looks, whatever's in that refrigerator that is about you, that defines you as you. So in my refrigerator, it was Debbie in there, all Debbie. Everything about Debbie was in there in that refrigerator. Everything good was in there. And let's clarify that. So in that refrigerator is all good things, all the good things that is. So we keep replenishing that refrigerator while those people that smell that pheromone on you, and you're constantly feeding them, right? And they're getting full. And you're like, can I get some of that? They're like, no. Think about the arguments where they're not putting 100% into that argument to make sure they rectify or there's a solution, So you're feeding them and you're like, can I get something? They're like, no. Or they might give you a little bit, but it's not enough to make you full. And you keep going out and putting more stuff in that refrigerator, and they just getting full and full and full. And you're just like, why you never share with me? That's when you start waking up. Why you never share with me? Right? And then all of a sudden, this person gets up from that table and they start probably throwing that food at you. And then they walk away or whatever. And you just like, well, okay, so you shut down. So you stop replenishing that refrigerator. And they keep coming back and they open that refrigerator like, you ain't put nothing in here? You ain't put nothing in? No. I don't have nothing to put in there no more. Because all the good things about you, they done ate. They full. You done gave it all to them. So the refrigerator is empty. That's your heart. You done lost yourself. Well, now they done packed up and left looking for a whole new refrigerator. A whole new apartment. A home. And you left there staring in that refrigerator and it's empty. It might be a bottle of water for survival. I don't know. It might be a piece of bread, bread and water. Yeah, because you're in the prison stage at that moment. So you have to think about that, and if that helps you kind of analyze your situation, because that's how I look at it, that's what came to me this morning, just before I recorded this, about the refrigerator. I had a one-on-one talk with God before I did this video, because he really woke me up this morning feeling a little bit different, because now I'm understanding what took place. I'm understanding that I really did nothing wrong. I gave my love to this person. I fed this person. And after they got full, they left. And now I'm stuck here with a piece of bread and some water. So, with that being said, it's all about keeping your sanity, knowing who's right for you. And I had pretty much just ward off wanting to have another relationship, because I'm just like, if this is my life after bad relationship after bad relationship, I don't want another one. But he put on me that because I was scared too. You're scared. Yeah, you're scared to open yourself back up again, because it took so much time and energy, pain and tears and suicidal thoughts. I'm going to say it. Suicidal thoughts to get you through recovery. So yes, it's hard to want to open back up to someone. So yeah, I was just like, I'm done. But God put on my heart, like, you're gonna be okay. And you're gonna know that those past relationships were lessons. And I do know that, and I've been knew that. But what I was missing is that the reason why, wait, let me go back for a second. So my mind is overthinking, so it's wondering, trying to wonder off. So the thing of it is that I ward off relationships because I was so scared, or I am so scared because I may not take those lessons that I learned and apply it to the next relationship, and I might repeat the cycle again, right? But God told me that you're going to see these signs early, and you're going to get out of it before it gets to that point to where you're just a shell. So I am no longer scared this day, Sunday, whether it's July the 15th or the 16th. I'm no longer scared, and I'm taking my heart back and my aura. I'm no longer scared to allow love in my life. I am going to analyze it to the fullest before I pour myself into this person. I am a strong individual. God made me uniquely Debbie, and I am me for a reason. I am here for a reason. I may not know what that reason is, but I am here for a reason. And as long as you keep focusing and saying those things to yourself and working on yourself and understanding your faults and working on your faults and continue to try to walk the path that God created for you, I think you'll get through it. You'll be okay. I'm not going to say, because every day is a battle. Every relationship is a battle, so I'm not going to say everything is going to be fine. It's always going to be work. But is that person that you with willing to do it with you? Are they willing to work with you? Are they willing to compromise, improvise, talk to you, make you feel good? You know what? Another thing, oh my goodness. And then once again, I'm not trying to bash this person or anything. I'm just sharing my story, like my hurt, my pain, what I saw in the relationship, and thinking back, that person never really showed me affection to the point, like moments where I was breaking down. Like I never felt like he was like, really encouraging, embracing me, making me feel like I could overcome that situation. He was never, looking back when he was never really connected on a heart-to-heart level. And looking back at it is I realized that I took care of that. When you have that aura, you covered all of that in that relationship. You're the heart for both of you. So you were actually loving yourself. In a sense, what I'm saying, because that person wasn't giving you their heart. You know what I'm saying? If I'm crying over my mom not being here with me, and I feel like I'm a orphan because I have neither one of my parents, and every year is hard or every day is hard, and you're not embracing me and giving me words of encouragement and stuff like that, like, who are you and why are you here? So I was just loving myself. I was loving myself because of the myself I was pouring into this relationship. So that's what I'm saying, that I was actually loving myself, not loving him, loving myself, because I'm loving what I'm pouring into this relationship. I'm loving, yeah, I'm giving him 100%. Everything. When I say everything, everything. From here, from the Rudy to the, well, from up here to down there. So I'm giving him everything. So I was just loving myself. So if you were loving yourself anyway, what are you doing? Food for thought. That's that refrigerator. All right, so I hope I covered everything that I was feeling. I hope what I'm sharing helps people. Let me show you something. Let me show you what this all has been doing to me. And once again, I can't blame that person because it was all on me. You know, me. Stress gummies. Stress gummies. It's empty. I was popping 2 to 3 every day. It's empty. Did it really work? I can't say. But I don't think so. That's why I was popping so many. This is another item that I was taking. I don't know if you can see that clearly because I'm on my cell phone. But this is the Brillia herbal. I'm like into, a lot of herbal stuff, vitamins or whatever. I'm not into going to a doctor to get a prescription for it because I feel as though it's much deeper than a pill. You gotta dig in there. You gotta go in there. You gotta clean out the cobwebs. You gotta take responsibility for things that you've done. You gotta take responsibility for things that you allow. And we got to stop putting everything on God because, like, we're human and we're going to make mistakes. And when we allow these people in our lives, we always say, oh, God sent them. Yeah, because I was one of them. When he came into my life, I'm like, yeah, God sent you to me. Don't put that curse on him. Don't do that. That was something that you allow as a human. And then also, it's, you can't really speak for God really in a sense because you don't know. Because he could have sent him, to wake me up or to see what I would do with it. Would I allow this person to destroy me, or will I fight to keep my sanity? And I failed. So I don't know. I don't know if it was God, but yeah, I was so quick to say God sent you to me because you're the best thing that has happened to me in a long time. But once again, I was loving myself because he was never in this at all, mentally or in the heart. So once again, you gotta dig, gotta analyze, you gotta sit in it, gotta allow. So like when I post things, when I post pictures, things, me being silly, it's just me fighting to come back. It's just me fighting to be Debbie again. I'm Debbie again. I like being silly. I like being loving. I like being just me. Like I'm not stuck up or anything like that. I'm not looking for validation. I'm just actually trying to let me take that off because because I'm not here to please anybody. So never been that person. So I'm here to say that I exist. I'm still here. I'm still fighting. I'm beautiful. Yeah, I am funny to me and maybe to somebody else. I don't know. But my aura is still here. It's still here. You didn't take it all from me. So yeah, and that's what my channel is about. My channel is not about like being like everybody else, doing the vlogs, acting like I'm this or that. I'm just me. And if you can't accept me for me, then You know, my channel ain't for you. People might say, "Oh, she too silly. I can't," you know. Well, my channel may not be for you, but my channel is just for me. My channel is for me, and if you want to be a part of it, then you can. You know, you can subscribe. So it's basically for me. I'm very shy and kind of like an introvert. So when I created my channel was for me, and it still is for me, and I haven't given up on it. I'm just still trying to fight for it, to fully bring myself back to be confident again, you know. So when I post my pictures on social media and I'm making videos of just myself, I'm looking at myself. I watch those videos and look at those pictures on a regular. I play it back. I look at them. I look at the girl that's in there, in that picture, in that video, and I'm like, you were so hurt. You've been so hurt. That's what I see when I look at my pictures and my photos. I take so many photos, like so many photos and videos of myself that I don't even share or post, because they're for me. They're for me to look back and look through her. So every picture I post, every video I post, I'm looking through her to see what I need to repair, what I need to fix. Are you really back to yourself? What other lessons do you need to learn? What other stuff do you need to come up out of that? So when people see my stuff and my pictures and stuff on social media, and they just feel like I'm just glamorizing myself for no reason. No, it's for me, baby. It's not like the likes are okay, you know, like, you know, you see likes, you're like, okay, yeah, somebody like that. But are you looking through that picture? Are you looking through that video? Stop focusing on the content and look through that person. Look at that person. Do you see the struggle? Do you see the strength, the growth? Do you see it? That's what my channel is. My channel isn't, it may say glamour, but it's in you. What do you have? What are you trying to get? What do you want people to see? I don't want people to see me, not what you think I am. Nobody. I don't think people that are in my circle really know me. Like, you don't know me. You don't know me. You see this. Well, not this, but when it's made up, and you just feel some type of way. Like, that's not me. What you see is not me. Okay? So cut the out. Okay? Cut that shit out. That is not me. And that's another thing. Like, you got these people that are in your circle, and they got this persona of you, and they hate you because of that persona. That persona that image in your head, that's not me. That's what you see. That's